Finding joy often lies in the ability to stay calm in the face of situations beyond our control. Epictetus, a wise Stoic, left us a valuable lesson. Acting as if nothing affects us makes us practically invincible. This philosophy, rooted in notable thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, carries a profound wisdom capable of transforming our approach to the challenges life imposes on us. In our journey, we encounter a series of problems that demand our attention, disturbing our inner peace. We become restless, anxious, or even irritated, diverting our actions from the desired outcomes. This reaction can harm our relationships, generating feelings of guilt and regret stemming from inappropriate behaviors. In many moments of life, recognizing the need to apologize becomes inevitable. Developing self-control emerges as a crucial skill in this process. Learning to act with serenity in the face of adversity not only strengthens our resilience, but also preserves harmony in our interactions. Gaining mastery over our emotional reactions is not just a philosophical journey, but a daily practice that leads us to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Facing the challenge of maintaining calm and acting with indifference may seem daunting, but the fruits reaped from adopting this attitude towards life are truly invaluable. The practice of acting as if nothing affects us does not imply suppressing our emotions or displaying insensitive apathy. On the contrary, it involves recognizing the limitation of our control over most events around us. Instead of being carried away by the waves of life, we can cultivate an inner fortress that makes us practically invincible in the face of external variables. This perspective invites us to understand that our emotions and reactions are shaped by our beliefs and perspectives. Clinging to the idea that specific events are crucial to our happiness makes us vulnerable. True liberation lies in learning to dissociate happiness from external circumstances, directing our attention to the cultivation of internal virtue. This practice not only strengthens us, but also makes us free in the face of any challenge life presents. By understanding that we are the guardians of our reactions, we gain the power to actively shape our emotional state. Thus, the journey to genuine happiness unfolds not as a search for events or external conditions, but as an internal quest to build emotional fortitude that makes us truly invincible. In this video, I will present some benefits of being indifferent to life circumstances. First, acceptance and peace of mind. The journey toward true emotional invincibility continues with the practice of acceptance, a powerful complement to the art of acting with indifference towards life's uncertainties. Acceptance goes beyond recognition. It involves embracing reality without internal resistance, without struggle. It is releasing the ties of expectations and desires that often keep us tethered to specific outcomes, allowing us to fully experience the present moment. This practice not only frees us from the burden of unnecessary suffering, but also opens the doors to finding lasting inner peace. Acceptance teaches us to deal with uncontrollable circumstances serenely, steering us away from the storm of the unknown. This release from the weight of what we cannot control makes room for the possibility of finding a peace that transcends external situations. True tranquility manifests when we focus our attention on what is within our reach, abandoning concerns about the past or the future. By combining the practice of acting with indifference to the uncontrollable and the art of acceptance, we discover a powerful formula for maintaining peace of mind. This duality empowers us to face challenges with a resilience that is not easily shaken. We become masters of our own emotional journey, navigating with wisdom through the seas of life, regardless of the storms that may arise. This is the path to a truly invincible life, where inner serenity becomes the compass guiding our steps, allowing us to savor each moment with gratitude and fullness. The inner peace we seek deepens when we learn to detach ourselves from disturbing thoughts and emotions, observing them from a distance and allowing them to dissolve. This practice grants us a calm and balanced attitude, even in the face of life's adversities. True freedom emerges when we free ourselves from emotional turmoil, reaching a state where external situations do not dictate the course of our state of mind. The journey to happiness reveals itself as a quest for building internal strength and stability. By unlinking ourselves from external influences, we become more autonomous, empowered to make decisions based on reason and wisdom. Cultivating this emotional freedom is an effective antidote to being swept away by the constant waves of our emotions. We are not at the mercy of life's fluctuations, others' opinions, or others' actions. Instead, we maintain internal stability that allows us to face challenges with a calm mind. By embracing this emotional freedom, we find a space of serenity where emotional turbulence dissipates, revealing an inner state that transcends the oscillations of everyday life. In this state, we are conscious architects of our happiness, building it on solid foundations of authenticity and self-knowledge. This practice leads us to a truly invincible life, where inner peace is maintained regardless of the storms that may arise around us. This emotional freedom, coupled with the ability not to cling to disturbing thoughts, translates into a healthy emotional life. We are in the midst of a journey that does not aim to eliminate emotions but to embrace them with an awareness that transcends reactivity. By understanding that emotions are an intrinsic part of the human experience, we learn to channel them constructively, turning emotional challenges into opportunities for growth. At this stage of the journey, we become masters of our own emotional orchestra, conducting it with wisdom and discernment. Emotional freedom is not an escape from emotions, but a transformation of them into sources of wisdom and understanding. By cultivating this ability, we develop a resilience that allows us to face the ups and downs of life with serenity. Instead of being governed by momentary impulses, we become conscious architects of our emotional response to challenges. The intersection between emotional freedom and not clinging to disturbing thoughts proves to be fertile ground for building a rich and meaningful emotional life. This combination guides us toward an existence where inner peace is not only maintained, but continually strengthened by our ability to navigate emotional complexities with authenticity and discernment. Thus, true emotional invincibility lies not in the absence of emotions, but in the mastery of responding to them with freedom, awareness, and wisdom. The next point: focus on what is important to us. As we progress in our quest for true emotional invincibility, the next crucial point is to direct our attention to what is truly important to us. Recognizing the limitation of our control over everything empowers us to eliminate wasted energy on concerns that, in the grand scheme of things, may seem unnecessary. This shift of focus is not just a strategy, but a gateway to a more meaningful life. The practice of focusing on what is within our reach creates space for the full expression of who we are. Instead of worrying about what is beyond our control, we can dedicate ourselves to building virtues, cultivating meaningful relationships, and progressing toward our personal goals. This is an invitation to an internal journey where our priorities are defined not by external circumstances but by the authenticity of our being. By aligning our attention with what is truly important, we transcend the trap of trivial concerns and open space for the flourishing of our inner journey. This practice not only makes us masters of our destiny, but also strengthens our resilience in the face of challenges. After all, true emotional invincibility is not just about controlling reactions, but about being consciously selective about where we place our attention and energy. This is the point of convergence where emotional freedom, not clinging to disturbing thoughts, and focusing on what is important, intertwine to form a solid foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life. By adopting this conscious approach, we transform not only our relationship with emotions, but also the way we experience life. Thus, we move forward, navigating the seas of existence with a profound sense of purpose and the wisdom that comes from consciously choosing where we anchor our attention. This conscious direction of attention is not just a means of effectiveness, but also a path to personal flourishing. By incorporating Stoicism into our quest, we discover that empathy and compassion for others do not imply a lack of sensitivity, but rather an attitude of detachment from our own emotions and expectations. By freeing ourselves from the shackles of personal desires and needs, we develop a greater ability to focus on others and practice genuine compassion. This is a silent revolution where true connection with others is nurtured by emotional freedom and a focus on shared values. This detachment is not indifference, it is a conscious choice not to be hostages to our own desires, allowing us to see beyond our own concerns to understand and support those around us. This practice expands our emotional boundaries, creating space for more authentic and meaningful relationships. Our quest for emotional invincibility, now enriched by a focus on the essential, invites us to extend this benevolent detachment not only to others but also to ourselves. By cultivating a deep understanding of our own emotions and expectations, we nurture internal compassion that allows us to grow authentically. Thus we advance, combining the practice of focusing on what is important with emotional freedom and compassionate detachment. This triad not only strengthens our resilience but also guides us to a life rich in meaning, where true emotional invincibility is not just a state to be achieved, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and genuine connection with the world around us. The next and last point: be emotionally indifferent. This is not an invitation to insensitivity, but a way to approach others with greater openness and become more compassionate individuals. Recognizing that everyone faces challenges, suffers, and experiences a wide range of emotions, whether negative or positive, invites us to practice empathy as a bridge that connects us to the world around us. By adopting the Stoic perspective and practicing empathy, we expand our understanding, recognizing that everyone is vulnerable and subject to unknown events that can shape their lives unpredictably, just like ours. In this deep connection with humanity, we become supports, offering solace to those going through tough times. Emotional indifference in this context is not cold detachment, but rather a state of being that allows us to confront the complexities of human emotions with an open mind and a compassionate heart. This practice not only strengthens our own resilience, but also creates a network of empathetic support around us. As we become more emotionally indifferent, we transcend the limitations of superficial judgments and embrace the true essence of compassion. This not only allows us to offer support, but also to receive it, understanding that we all, at some point, need comfort and understanding. The pursuit of true emotional invincibility, now guided by emotional indifference and Stoic empathy, reveals itself as a path of mutual enrichment. By authentically connecting with others' emotional experiences, we create a space where genuine understanding and support can flourish. This emotional freedom, combined with empathy and emotional indifference, makes us architects of deeper, more meaningful, and prosperous relationships based on understanding and generosity. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to express the true essence of our humanity. Building these relationships, rooted in understanding and generosity, not only enriches our own journey but also contributes to collective prosperity. True wisdom emerges when we are able to transcend our individual limitations, expanding our awareness toward a broader connection with the world and the universe. Stoicism, by cultivating an unwavering attitude, becomes the key that opens doors to greater wisdom and self-knowledge. This philosophy invites us to reflect not only on our own lives, but also on our responsibility and impact on the world around us. By cultivating wisdom through Stoicism, we become more aware of the ramifications of our choices not only on ourselves, but also on others and the environment. This expanded awareness makes us more reflective beings, considering the long-term consequences of our actions and decisions. Thus, as emotional indifference, empathy, emotional freedom, and wisdom intertwine, we become more complete and conscious beings. We recognize in a deeper way our interconnectedness with the world, awakening to the impact our choices have on the intricate web of existence. This is a journey that goes beyond emotional invincibility. It is a quest for wholeness, where understanding, generosity, and wisdom are the compasses that guide us toward a truly meaningful and connected life. This quest is not just an individual act, but also a generous gift we offer to our surroundings. By modeling authenticity and virtue, we inspire others to tread the path of wisdom. The importance of the Stoic attitude of indifference becomes even more prominent as we contemplate the disadvantages that may arise if we do not adopt this stance. Emotional vulnerability, loss of freedom and authenticity, difficulty in making rational decisions, and dependence on external circumstances are just a few of the pitfalls that can obscure our quality of life. By internalizing the wisdom of Stoicism, we not only face these disadvantages, but also become resilient in the face of arising challenges. The understanding that everything is a gradual process propels us to persist even in setbacks. True emotional invincibility does not reside in the absence of obstacles, but in our ability to overcome them and keep advancing. The pursuit of lasting peace and happiness may be challenging, but it is this very challenge that gives meaning to the journey. Just as sustaining changes may involve setbacks, we remind ourselves that each step toward authenticity and virtue is a victory. By finding strength in the lessons of Stoicism, we become conscious architects of our emotional destiny. Therefore, persisting on this path is more than a choice. It is a commitment to one's essence. Each setback is an opportunity to advance with more determination. In this continuous journey, not giving up becomes the true expression of invincibility. We move forward, cultivating Stoic indifference, practicing empathy, nurturing authentic relationships, and seeking wisdom in every step, in the relentless pursuit of a meaningful and connected life.